Welcome back to the Four Podmen, the wrestling podcast we bring you each and every week on the Dynamo Podcast Network. Head over to YouTube, smash that subscribe and bell notification button. Audio versions of the show are available through Anchor, and if you'd like to contact the show, you will find us on Twitter at @TPodmen. Joining me today for a special episode of Collector's Corner, a long-time friend and visitor to the shop for a long time, an avid pro wrestling fan, a huge Undertaker and Kane fan, to say the least, one Shaun O'Driscoll. Shaun, how we doing, my man?
How's it going, man? You all well?
Yeah, brilliant. How's things down in sunny Wexford?
Oh, for once, the sunny southeast is actually living to its name.
Awesome.
It's hot as a turkey's ball bag.
Lovely. How's things been through COVID?
Very slow, very boring. Trying to find work for most of it, but eventually managed to lock down a job, so all good. Now actually finally being kept busy for once in my life.
Awesome, congrats. So where did we begin with this? Talk to me. How did the fandom for pro wrestling begin?
Oh, this is a good story now. My mum had actually gone on holiday and my granddad was babysitting me for I think a few days, and normally I just flick through channels, try to find cartoons, and then I get onto Sky One and I see, what was it? I think it was Kane tagging with Big Show or something like that. And the only thing I remember, I see this big bloody red and black monster of a man, and he's just, I think this guy looks really cool. 8-year-old me having a good time. And I'm like, oh, look at him. And what I remember from that is Kane went through the stage toward the end of that match, and then I had to go off somewhere. So then kind of whenever I could get the chance, I'd go on to Sky One, see what was going on in it, see if I could find it. And then I see Kane again, but he was wearing his kind of, what was it? This kind of SummerSlam gear that he was wearing, the flame suit.
Yeah.
But he started wearing less, and I was hooked ever since. Then the funny thing is with the Undertaker, he didn't actually become my favorite till a couple of years later. It was always Kane, and anytime Kane was on, someone would say Kane sucks. No, your favorite sucks, and I'd always pretend to be him fighting out in the back garden or the front garden, what have you.
Awesome.
And then I started getting the toys.
Awesome. And then that's where it all goes downhill. Once you start collecting, that's it. You never have a penny.
Man, like even with everything I collect alone, I must have maybe 215, 220 figures. And that's with horror, Marvel, and wrestling. But wrestling's the more predominant stuff in my collection.
Absolutely. And in terms of, obviously you've been a fan since you were 8, so you're a fan a long time, and you followed wrestling a long time. But a story that I remember, and a story that you told me, you always had one of your bucket lists was to meet the Undertaker. So tell us the story about the day you finally met the dead man.
Oh, this was brilliant. Geez, that was 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2019. So my friend David was telling me that he was locked in for the Love of Wrestling event, and me being unprepared, fuck all money, no passport. And he was keeping an eye on tickets, and he managed to secure one for me. So I said, man, appreciate it, thank you very much. So I started paying him off bit by bit for that. So enter 2019, I get really stuck in and saving, get the passport. Traveled all the way to Liverpool by myself and not get lost, which is another amazing fact.
Yeah.
So I get in there, what was it? 28th, I think it was the meeting, I think, wasn't it? 28th in April, 29th of April. I get in the Saturday morning. Obviously, my day to meet the Undertaker wasn't until the next day. But the next day, when I was actually meeting him, I dressed up as him, showed up there. And when we were told to queue up to meet him, my friend's sister, my friend David's sister queued up with me. And I was slowly starting to freak out. I was like that. And as we were getting closer and I actually seen him, and I was just losing it. And my friend's sister was just literally patting me the back, trying to get me to calm down. So I start walking up to him and I'm shaking, literally shaking. The 12-year-old in me was like, ah! So I get up to him and I'm like, man, I'm really, really nervous. So he goes, man, don't be nervous. It's all good. So I managed to strike the pose with him. And then afterwards, I thank him for everything that he's done. And he said, really do appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. And as I was walking away, I actually nearly this close passed out. And just to show you all the picture.
Awesome.
This is my fucking holy grail.
It nearly looks like he's queuing up to meet you.
Funny enough, I get that a lot where people say, huh, looks like he's meeting you instead.
That's such a cool picture. It's a great, like, it's one of those pictures, like, you follow wrestling for so many years, like you follow the dead man all through all the different versions of the dead man and everything else, and then you finally get that one time to meet him, and the nerves kick in. It's unbelievable. You're pinching yourself. You can't believe that you're standing so close to this guy that you've watched on telly for years. You know what I mean? It's just
a real surreal moment, like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, any other wrestlers that you were drawn towards or that you liked apart from Kane and the Undertaker?
I really liked Stone Cold because he just had that, badass attitude about him as well, because he was just really cool. He was like just anti-authority. He did what he wanted. He said what he wanted. He bet the crap out of whoever he wanted. And then you had the likes of Chris Jericho, Triple H, pretty much all the greats that I started watching when they're there,
Yeah. So what's it like at the moment? I mean, obviously the current product is there, and now obviously we know there's no Undertaker. He's kind of moved on. Or that we'll assume for the purpose of this, he won't be back anytime soon.
I don't think he will be back. I think he's happy enough.
And Kane has kind of moved on pretty much as well and settled down, took off the mask and became a mayor of a town and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it's mad.
These two boys got very domesticated all of a sudden.
They did, and they were gigantic monsters in the 90s, and now they're just these normal guys.
Yeah. So who is it? Who do you look to now in the current product?
Well, I'm always big into the paranormal, creepy characters, so I've gotten very big into Bray Wyatt. I've always liked him since he kind of came into it, and I just think what they're doing with him, what he came up with himself was good, but how they're booking him, it's kind of, you have something good here, and you're not capitalizing on it. You're wasting it.
Yeah.
It's nearly like he's going to have to go back to the drawing board again at some point then.
Yeah, it's
kind of, there's only so many times you can reinvent yourself.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're drowning them in absolute nonsense. And they kind of like that, some of that stuff they do with the ring, the projector stuff and stuff like that. I just think that's terrible. I just think it looks so cheesy and so crap.
It works to an extent, but if you overdo it, you're kind of like, you're kind of taking the magic away from this now.
Yeah, it kind of works if it's not Randy Orton in the ring.
No, if you got someone similar to, say if Aleister Black was still in, you had Bray Wyatt and Aleister Black now, that would work perfectly. Yeah. They're both kind of dark, satanic characters, so it work off really well against each other.
And have you always been a fan of Bray Wyatt? So you liked it from the Wyatt family all the way through to the Fiend? Or
all
the way through.
Yeah. All the way through.
Yeah,
it was really good.
I find myself, I was more a Wyatt family fan when he was in there with the lantern and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was really cool. The Fiend one is kind of weird, but you can't help but love Alexa Bliss when she gets involved in these things. She looks really cool.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was going to mention Aleister Black. Unfortunately, they've let him go at the moment, but there's no doubt he'll be back.
There's a big petition going on and everything to get it back.
Yeah, but when I was thinking about the Undertaker going off, I was thinking about yourself and probably Stephen Mahoney as well, who's a friend of the show as well, and also a huge Undertaker fan. And I was thinking that kind of Aleister Black character is perfect for you guys to latch on to now with Undertaker being gone, because he's kind of dark.
He's a good substitute,
and he has an awesome entrance. So I was thinking this would be the way the way to go. But unfortunately, they've let him go. But no doubt he'll be back. He's too talented to stay out for too long.
They want to get him back.
Yeah, quick.
Before someone else snatches him up.
Yeah. Start showing us some of the collection then. Show us some bits here. I'm sure there's some good ones. You gave away the Grail one straight away, which was the meeting with Taker. So I don't know if it can get better than that or if it can get on a par with it, but that was a pretty good start anyway.
All right, so I'm going to show you the very first Undertaker I actually got as a child, and this is before he was my favorite of all time. This really old American badass one.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of wear and tear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's about 20 years old now, that one alone.
Yeah. Still
And
intact,
I think
still intact though.
oh, the only thing is the fucking ponytail came off him. And I think for some of your viewers, a lot of them might appreciate this one.
Oh yeah, the retro, yeah. The new,
Oh, yeah.
new versions of the Hasbros, yeah, they're really cool. Yeah.
That is a good one. Now I'm going to delve into another favorite of mine. Wherever the heck did he go now? Bet you Kyle. Oh, no. There we go. And this is more or less the first ever cane. The original one I got broke, but I saw this on eBay, had to buy it.
Awesome.
The old inverted cane.
Awesome. It's amazing the way when you follow Kane and Undertaker, they lend themselves to great merchandise as well. The figures are super cool, you know.
Even some of the older ones age pretty well to this day.
Yeah, yeah.
It's mad. Actually got a good HBK here as well.
Nice.
Had to show HBK. And this is more of a joke one now. I think you might get a kick out of this one. Bought me an old knockoff Undertaker there. With a very tiny bloody head. Knock off Mattel pieces, knock off Jack's pieces.
Looks cool.
Oh, it's cool, all right, but it stinks of bloody toxic plastic. You can smell it from literally across the room.
That's one you need to keep in like a little display case or something. You can seal it in.
Yeah, do you know what? That one's definitely worthy of a glass cabinet.
Absolutely. On its own.
Then we got the Survivor Series 96 one. Now, this fella was an absolute pain in the arse to try and get. Luckily, I had a mate who sourced it out. Only cost me 60 quid, but this thing box goes for like 300 on eBay.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what else. What other cool shit we got? This one would actually be quite a rare one, the old Maximum Aggression Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
Not cheap.
No.
And then we've got that Decade of Domination cane.
Love that one with the mask. With the cut off mask. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I kind of had to do a few bits to it to make the mask fit that head better. Kind of went through a bit of a shredder, but sure, look, it'd be grand. Now, I got a similar cane to that. Now, this one was something I was looking for since I was 11 years of age, and it never came to shops here. Ruthless Aggression Series 5.
Nice.
At that.
Yeah. I like the
Very hard to get.
I like the buckles on the front of it. The buckles are cool.
You see, that's what Mattel didn't capitalize on. They didn't do any sculpting on that, whereas Jack's did.
Yeah.
And now I think this one would be pretty familiar to people. Boneyard.
Nice.
And I'm going to show something very briefly here. I'm trying to delve my hand into doing customs. Trying to do a vestless Undertaker. I need to get more parts and decals, so
nice.
Keep an eye out on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Another old rare one from the SmackDown series.
Yeah, it's cool with the hair and the beard. Pointy beard, like it all. Yeah, really dark.
I think that was a favorite version of Undertaker for everyone. And then we got the All American Badass one from when he was WWE champion.
Nice.
Resurrected Kane, 2011. And we'll show you the two baldy fuckers here now. Where's the other baldy lad now? There he is.
Nice.
They were hard to track down.
It's mad, isn't it mad when you look through the history of the figures and you see how it evolves and how it follows the actual characters and the way they evolve. Like, it's crazy. You could line them all up on a desk and you could see the whole history of the character. Like,
man, I could probably do that if I had like a better organized shit. I could probably do every version of Kane Undertaker stand side by side.
Nice.
Got your SH Figure Arts ones, very expensive.
They're really, really nice. I like them. Yeah,
they are really good. Really good detail on
them. The head scans are cool.
Mattel have a lot to live up to still. Now we got ourselves the Ultimate Fiend.
Nice. Belt on lantern. Yeah, cool.
Actually, screw it. I have another Bray Wyatt here that I'm going to show you that I did a little bit of custom work on.
That's awesome. I like that with the butcher's bib. That's really cool.
Yeah, I had to put the Leatherface apron on him and Freddy's fedora on his head.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. It looks class.
Cheers, thank you. 98 style Taker.
Yeah.
Defining moments, Sting.
Nice.
And you can't show that Sting without the classic.
Yeah.
El Silver Body. And then we got ourselves Taker disguised as Kane.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. That's the ringside exclusive one, isn't it?
That's it. Got another one coming Monday.
Awesome.
I don't know what that series is called. It was one of the ones where you just kind of build a ring with them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
It is a good one, all right. Sweat Undertaker.
I was only looking at some of those sweat figures there a few months ago. I think I had an Austin one in or something like that. You put the water in it and stuff like that.
That's it. Press a button in the back. Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Oh, they were good for what at the time. Like, they were absolutely brilliant for what they were at the time.
Yeah, they were kind of way more inventive then with the toys, weren't they? When you think about it, like,
yeah, they had like all sorts of mental stuff back then. The Toys R Us 20 and 0 figure.
Yeah.
That was a hard one to source. Isaac Yankem.
That's random.
And then just
came with her when he was the mayor.
Oh, good God. It's creepy looking at that. 30 years of Undertaker figure.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the hair slicked back with the undercut.
Oh, it's really good. Really
the mohawk was always one I found weird when he had that little mohawk.
The little shaven mohawk, yeah.
Kind of didn't look.
That made him look old.
Yeah. It's like it's like I was always a huge Triple H fan, and when Triple H cut his hair, I went, no.
Do you know what? Triple H reminds me of your man from God of War now.
Yeah.
Kratos. Another defining moments Taker, the Ministry of Darkness.
Yeah, super figure.
Oh, really good. The only thing is that if only the FX was around back then, it'd be really good. Now, I don't know what you call these guys, but they were the ones that came pre-posed in the packaging.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Old Bone Crunchers came.
Yeah. Nice.
This one is very rare now. The fucking, what was it, limited edition one, where it just came with a mask and an urn or something like that. You could actually take the mask off.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, that was that a Ruthless Aggression exclusive on its own? It wasn't in a series.
Yeah, it was like its own exclusive set.
Yeah, I think if I remember, it was in a kind of wasn't it like a blue and black or a red and black kind of packaging as well, but it was like the normal Ruthless Aggression packaging, but it was just its own one on its own. It wasn't series linked around. Yeah.
Yeah, they even had like limited edition labeled on it and everything like that. Yeah. So it was actually really good.
Yeah.
You got this, don't know what series, can't remember what series this one was from, but it was one of the earlier Ruthless Aggression series. Ultimate Finn Balor.
Very cool.
Where's that really good Undertaker now that I have? Where is he now? Jeez, I'm very good at pissing myself off sometimes, you know that? That's one of them anyway, another Decade of Domination one.
Yeah, very nice. The one with the has the tie on him, the cravat, cool. Yeah.
And we got ourselves the Legend Series one. When he had the old mask from the shattered eye socket.
They only found that mask, didn't they, the other day on the hidden treasure.
That's right, I saw that.
Very, very
it aged pretty well.
Yeah, it does, absolutely,
Jeez, unlike Kane's masks, jeez, they aged horribly.
I noticed on that Hidden Treasures episode, all the other Hidden Treasures episode, they're negotiating with people and talking price. But with Taker, they never mentioned the price around. It was like he nearly gave it away. But I would assume he didn't give it away.
No, but weren't they looking for all those things to put in the archive or something like that?
But if you notice with the other episodes, they were paying people cash for the stuff. People were selling the stuff. Jerry Lawler, they bought the stuff off him. The guy, the GWC guy, they bought the snake bag off him, and all these other people. So they were buying stuff off these people. But when Taker's episode came, he said to your man, I'm happy for you to take it away. But I assume he didn't take it away for free, but there was nothing mentioned on camera.
Oh no, he would definitely would have wanted to keep all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice.
That weird Ghostbusters set.
Oh yeah. I love that crossover stuff. That's pretty cool. Does that is
Pretty
that glow?
good, yeah.
Is that glow in the dark, or does it just that color? It doesn't glow in the dark.
Oh no, I don't think it glows in the dark. I think it's just like literally if you hold that up against like say to the sun, you'll actually
You can
see
through.
it very transparent.
Yeah. It would have been cool if it had been a glow in the dark.
Oh, they should have done. There was one that Jack's released, a classic one or something like that.
Yeah, they released a pop recently, the purple Undertaker Funko Pop, and it's a glow in the
That's
dark.
glow in the dark, ain't it?
Solid purple, yeah, it's really cool.
I don't collect pops, but I would for that.
Yeah, there's a Boneyard Taker coming out soon as well. He's in the Boneyard.
That's already out. I tried to order that and Smith's cancelled it on me.
Yeah, it hasn't released. It was delayed by 2 months.
Okay, so that's why mine kept on getting delayed. I just didn't bother go through with it in the end.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Now this one is iconic for all the wrong reasons, just for attire wise. I do not speak of that said moment. It never happened.
The streak is still intact.
In my books, it is. Yeah, I did another little bit of a custom job on this one. I just put an old Jack's head on that one. Is that really weird one where I don't know why they did that with it, but I decided to stick it on an Elite for the crack.
Yeah, no, it looks good. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah. It's grand. At least fits on the bloody body mold, all right.
Yeah. I find the Kane figures with the hair look so much better.
Oh yeah.
They just make him look that more darker.
Pity they had to put a wig on his last mask, so. Now this is an ugly ass yoke.
Yeah.
One of the first Titantron Kanes, and that is just horrible sculpting. Like,
Yeah.
That's nightmare inducing. You wake up and see that in the morning, you're.
Yeah.
Another Legends one from the Superstars Classic line.
Nice.
Now that one I do like.
Yeah.
Trying to see, do I have any other kind of coolish ones just to kind of wrap it up with the figure side of things? These last two then. R3 Tech and another classics.
Yeah, you'd nearly have to finish up with the Brothers of Destruction, really, wouldn't you? Rather than individually.
Has to be done.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that was literally the best of my best stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
More unboxings to come.
Nice. So you're definitely an out of box collector then, without a shadow of a doubt, looking at this.
The only way I can justify something being in its box, if you have full intentions of getting it signed, that's the only way I can justify something being in its box.
So the minute it arrives, you just rip it open and it's released.
Rip it open, review it for my YouTube, and just display it.
Awesome. So in terms of, we'll talk about the YouTube in a minute, so you can plug your YouTube as well while you're on. In terms of meeting people, who else would you like to meet at this stage? If you could meet another superstar, who would it be?
Oh, I'd like to get Stone Cold Jeff. That's what I'd like to get. I would like to get Bray Wyatt at some point. Finn Balor would be one for sure. I'm trying to think now, who else would I want? Jesus Christ, my mind is actually drawing a huge bloody blank. Well, Paul Bearer I would have liked to have met, but that things happened on that there, sadly. Kane,
I suppose, obviously.
I kind of got Kane before, but not a picture. Do you remember a few years ago when they did one of their last tours? Or Seth Rollins got injured against Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was coming out. I had my brother's mask and I asked Kane could he sign it, which he did, but I was too starstruck to ask for a picture.
At least you got the mask signed.
That's it.
Yeah. Awesome. And in terms of a piece of merchandise or memorabilia, is there anything you'd love to add to your collection, or is there something out there, Undertaker wise or Kane wise, that you'd love to add if budget wasn't an issue?
If budget wasn't an issue, I would actually like to get one of Kane's OG masks.
Okay. Nice.
And as Undertaker, maybe an entrance coat or something.
Wow.
That'll be something really
budget definitely wouldn't be an issue.
No.
Absolutely.
That'll be the first two things I'd be after.
Awesome. So tell us about the channel and where people could check out the channel for the customs and stuff like that and the unboxing.
All right. Horror Wrestling Inc. is my YouTube name. Got a few videos up over the last year. My Kane videos actually seem to be what's doing really well at the minute because there's a big demand for Kane, I think, at the minute. Yeah, so Horror Wrestling Inc. is the YouTube channel. Comment, like, subscribe on it, all that good stuff. If you want to take a look at it, go right ahead.
Absolutely, and especially if you're a Kane and an Undertaker fan, you should be subscribing, like, smash, share, the whole lot. Get it out there. Get those subscribers in there on Shaun's channel. Well, listen, buddy.
No one shows up. No one shows up. Oh, ho, ho.
It's been too long, because of this COVID stuff and things like that. So no doubt we'll see you soon up at the shop again.
Absolutely, next few weeks for sure. Anyway,
absolutely, it's been a pleasure having you on as always. I love.
Thanks for having me. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah. So as always, head over to YouTube, the Dynamo Podcast Network, or what's your one?
Horror Wrestling Inc.
Horror Wrestling Inc. Audio versions of the show are available on Anchor, and if you'd like to contact the show, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at @Podmen. Shaun, pleasure as always.
Cheers, Niall. Really do appreciate it.